What's up guys, Chaba here, and today I want to show you exactly how I made $4,000 just by writing a single sales page for Improvement Pill. And if you're wondering, yes, this is the Improvement Pill, the YouTube channel with over 2 million subscribers. We've been working together on various copywriting projects for about 1.5 years from now. We've done a lot of projects together. He's one of my clients, not the only one, but one of them. But originally in 2019, when we started working together, one of the first projects that I did for him was a sales page for his Habit Builder Challenge program. Now, this is a live 21-day program that students can join, and he guides them throughout the program on how to crush bad habits from their life and how to replace them with new ones. As I was his dedicated copywriter, I was the one who wrote him the sales page, and I charged $4,000 for it. This video is for you if you want to learn how this whole copywriting stuff works, how I managed to charge $4,000 for something like this, or even more, because now my rates are even higher than that, and how you can also create a lucrative copywriting career and maybe start charging $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, or even $5,000 per month even as a professional freelance copywriter. So if you're interested about all these things, then make sure to watch this video till the end, because you'll learn a lot and you'll know exactly the steps needed to write a sales page and write other types of copy as well that converts and that clients are willing to pay you fat stacks of cash for. Okay, so keep watching. Now the question is, what exactly is copywriting and how can I also make that sort of money with copywriting? You know, it's a good question, and to give you a high-level overview, copywriting is basically the art and both science of coming up with persuasive sales messages, usually in written form or video form or something like that, that basically sells something. So basically a copywriter, what they do is that they write text or they come up with messaging that sells something. It's basically your salesmanship in written form or in spoken form if we're talking about a video. But basically copywriters are psychologists, okay? So they create messages that crawl under the skin of various people and make them buy something. And guess what? Because of this, it's super important for companies to hire copywriters, because if they want to sell something and they want to do it effectively and efficiently, they need good quality copywriters, because that's what it takes to get all those people out in the world who would rather watch cat videos than to buy something, to actually sign up for something, buy something, join a webinar, join an email list, or something like that, okay? Copywriters are the secret weapons of good companies who make this possible. And let me tell you something, good copywriters earn a lot of money. Like, I'm talking boatloads of money. So the highest quality copywriters in this industry easily earn several $million a year just by writing text. Like, think about it. There are some people in this world who write some text in a Google Doc or in a Word document, they type it up, they send it to the client, and they get $1 million checks. It is possible. Although very few copywriters are at that level. However, there are tons of copywriters, and I know tons of copywriters who earn six figures, multiple six figures, and it's totally possible as well. And I also make a healthy living with as being a copywriter myself. So this is definitely usable. And even if you're a total beginner, even if you think that how could you ever get started with something like that, or your native tongue isn't even English or something like that, well, guess what? My native tongue also isn't even English, it's Hungarian. And guess what? I started from nothing doing copywriting just 3.5 years ago, okay? So that's not a long time, and I still managed to get to a relatively high level. I'm not saying I'm the best copywriter in the world, not at all. There are people who are way better than me. They are called so-called A-list copywriters. What I'm telling you is that this is definitely a lucrative career that can easily earn you an extra $1,000, $2,000, or even $5,000 per month as a freelance copywriter. Depending on the client, you can easily just have like $5,000 monthly retainers per client. And this, we're just talking about one client. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5 of those clients. You might be asking, how come you haven't heard about this in school or at university or maybe business school or something? Well, there's a very simple explanation for that. And it's that Your teachers have no idea about this. This whole copywriting thing is kind of like a secret society. Nobody knows about that, and those people who know about it, either they're copywriters or they're very successful business owners because they've realized the value of copywriting itself. This is not related to like writing blog posts. This is not related to writing Facebook notifications or simple posts on social media or something like that. When I mention the word copywriter, is the type of person who is responsible for creating the whole persuasive sales messaging of a product or of something, a course or a physical product or something like that that you want to sell. Copywriters are the ones who do that. And since there's such a big effect of the quality of the copy on how many products will be sold, it's kind of exponential with traffic numbers as well. So the more people see that offer, and let's say that offer, like 5% of people buy that. Sure, you send that offer to 1,000 people, and from that, let's say 5% buy it, so 50 sales. Cool. What if you send it to 10,000 people? Then you have 500 sales. Pretty cool. But after some time, it's hard to get more traffic because traffic costs money. It costs you a lot of funds in Facebook ads, in YouTube ads, and like you have to have blogs and all these things. So you're kind of capped as a business owner in your earnings. You cannot really breach that barrier because it's hard to get more traffic. But guess what? What if you hire a copywriter and instead of 5%, they manage to create a sales page that converts at 7%? Or 8%, or 10% even. Well, guess what? Now you just doubled sales for the company. So let's say they run that campaign to 10,000 people and let's say 10% buy. And this is kind of an optimistic number, but let's just say even 1% buys, okay? 1% is the typical conversion rate that most businesses operate by. So 1% of 10,000 is 100. That's good. Let's say that product sells for $1,000. So there you have it. You have $100,000 in sales. Well, if the copywriter can bump this conversion rate up to 2%, only 1% increase, so 2% in total, well, guess what? Now you don't make 100 sales, you make 200 sales. It's a 100% improvement, okay? That means that instead of $100,000 in revenue, that business got $200,000 in revenue. So you just made them an extra $100,000. And think about this for a second. Do you think that if that business owner is savvy, it's worth it to them to pay you $5,000 or $10,000 if you can make them an extra $100,000? Well, you better believe it. It's totally possible. That's why copywriters can earn such a good living. In this video, the rest of the video at least, I want to show you how I actually wrote something like this for Richard, for Improvement Pill, for his Habit Builder Challenge program. What was the psychology behind this whole page? And the reason for this is just for you to see exactly like how easy it actually is to make $4,000 with this. If you're interested in this, then I definitely recommend you keep watching this video because you'll see exactly how with just a single page, he was able to make tens of thousands of dollars in extra revenue, and it was totally worth it for him because he paid me $4,000, but he probably made $40,000 at this point with this single sales page or something. And we're not even talking emails and stuff like that. That's a 10x return on investment, basically. That's why copywriting is so super powerful. So let's just jump to the page right now. So welcome everybody to the sales page itself, and immediately what you can notice is that this offer is currently not available, okay? Because good offers always have inbuilt scarcity and urgency, so that means that you cannot really purchase it whenever you want because then people would procrastinate and not purchase it at all. So now currently it's closed, but I just wanted to show you the sales page because as I said, this page made me $4,000. It might seem impressive right now as you're watching it, but keep in mind I only gave him the copy in a Google Docs document, okay? So he hired a separate designer who created the designs and everything inside ClickFunnels, okay? Basically, as a high-level overview, as this is a sales page, and that's why I also love copywriting so much, is that copywriting helps you understand how people actually make decisions and how they actually buy something, how they do something, because it's so hard to make people do something nowadays. There's just so many distractions, people don't care, they're skeptical, there's all sorts of barriers whenever you want them to do something. And I'm sure you've also noticed this, like if you're selling selling something, I'm sure you notice that people are super skeptical. If you just have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, parents or something, and you want to convince them of something, it's so hard sometimes. They're instantly just rejecting the thing that you want to ask them. They're more resistant to your claims and all these things. And the reason for that is because your copywriting isn't good enough. So the cool thing about copywriting is that it not only makes you a better seller, a better marketer, but it also makes you a more efficient person in your own life, like going to the store, in haggling, in talking with your girlfriend, in trying to persuade your relatives or friends to do something or something like that. It's all copywriting. But this type of sales page is specifically designed to sell something like a digital product. But you could also sell other stuff with it as well. But just, it might seem long and complicated, but on the surface, it's actually quite simple. You just have something, a little part here that qualifies people, like who is this for? Here you have a headline, which is mainly used to like capture people's attention. Then you have something that we call a lead. So this just draws people inside the page a little bit more. It makes them interested in whatever you want to tell them. Then we have a problem part. So we always want to like highlight what's the problem with the current version, that their current life, for example. What are they struggling with? Because if there's no problem, why would they care about your solution, your course or something? They don't. But if there's a problem, you definitely have to highlight that problem and also agitate that problem a little bit so that they feel that something is not okay with their life. And in this case, the problem that we opted for is that people procrastinate. It's hard for them to develop habits. They are not living healthy lives because of this. They're not living their best lives that they could because of this. The problem is, and this is what the sales page explains a little bit more, the problem is that, they're just overwhelmed with all sorts of things and they have bad habits. So the reason why they can't quit addictions, for example, is because they have bad habits and they need to replace those bad habits with good ones. However, in order to replace those bad habits with good ones, it's quite tricky because they think that there are some myths that prevent them from adopting good habits. And one of these myths is that, you should use more productivity apps because that's the way to go. Or another myth is to just have more willpower and like power through it if it's possible. Another myth is building habits is a grueling process. It has to be something really hard and really excruciating, something that only the toughest stuff people can ever achieve. We have another myth, which is like the only way to be successful is to build a ton of good habits all at once. It's either yes or no. The reason why these are included in the sales page is that these are all myths and these are things that are preventing people from discovering the real solutions. Okay, so then the sales page goes into like more optimistic parts. So basically we describe what they can expect if they develop this skill, so we want to make them more interested about the solution. We want to foreshadow our solution that we will offer them, okay? And if they can adopt it into their own lives, then they can develop unshakable confidence. They can systematically eliminate bad habits from their lives. They can make it so that these new habits become like second nature. They can boost focus and all these things, yeah? Once only the sales page itself drew people in first. Then it made them interested. Then it talked about the problem. Then it foreshadowed the solution. Then it introduces the real solution, which is the Habit Builder Challenge itself. And as you can see, this part is all about like giving specifics, high-level specifics of what this program is about. So it's basically a one-of-a-kind 21-day program, fully engineered to help you build keystone habits that stick with ease, no matter where you are in life right now, okay? And then there's a high-level overview of what's included. There's 21 days of daily lessons, worksheets, accountability, and it's a huge one. Accountability is really important. It's also a key thing in my own copywriting training program called From Zero to Copywriting Hero. We do accountability sessions there as well, and I give people assignments that they have to complete before moving to the next module of the program. And there is also like a Facebook group and urgency and stuff like that. After that part is just like a general rundown of what's inside the program, okay, like what happens on day 15th, on day 17th, on day 20th, and all these things. Plus some bonuses, because everybody loves bonuses. So if they join, they'll get this and this and that and all these cool things. Then, very important, we have testimonial videos of people whose lives were changed by this whole thing. Okay, so we have a few testimonial videos. Then we have like a general overview again of what they get, like more of a graphical form. Then there's the whole offer itself. So like the total value is this, but today you can join for, I mean, this price is expired because this was like a special promotion. You no longer can get in. Then some other types of extra offers, like if people want like a VIP access, more bonuses that are included. And then here are the call to action buttons. You can see like people can buy the normal version, and they can also buy like a VIP version that also includes like personal coaching with Richard, with Improvement Pill. Then we have like a guarantee, which is a money back guarantee, basically. Even more social proof, frequently asked questions. In the end, like, who is this for? One more call to action part, and like few more high level overviews of what's included, and like explicitly asking for people to take this whole thing. So this might seem very, very complicated at first, and obviously, you know, it takes a little bit of time for you to get to a place where you can write something like this. And you don't have to write everything from scratch, by the way. There are templates, there's a customer research that you do so that you can basically like find customer testimonials or interviews or something, or even your client will tell you a lot of things about these products that you can directly use inside this sales page as well. You see, I have a lot of quotes here that I got like specifically from people directly, and from testimonials. I just included them. So you don't have to necessarily write everything your own, okay? You just follow like a strategy, and then you'll be able to write this in maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks if you're a beginner, maybe less if you're like more experienced with this type of thing. But you just write this in a Google Doc. It's gonna be like 25, 30 pages maybe. And again, this sales page isn't necessarily for the beginner of beginner copywriters. So your first project probably shouldn't be something like this. It should be like an email, a Facebook ad, or like a blog post or something like that. But eventually you can get something like this. And think about it. You writing 25 pages in a Google document and getting paid $4,000 for it. Do you think that's worth it? How much money that is per page, per word, per line, per character even, okay? So it's totally possible, guys. You can definitely do it. You can definitely achieve it. And I just wanted to show you this quick page because I know that there are a lot of people in my audience who are interested in copywriting, who would like to learn more about copywriting, but it's kind of an intimidating process for most people. It's a topic that intimidates them, that isn't necessarily that sexy. As you can see, money talks ultimately, and the sexiest thing about this whole thing is when you see those deposits in your bank account. And check this out, screenshot, you know, from my own bank account, and this is just for Improvement Pill. I have other clients as well, but check it out. Like he constantly sends me money because I help them with various stuff, and overall he spent like more than $10,000 with me in 1.5 years that we've been working together. So it's definitely possible, and if you do a good enough job, then you can easily land long-term clients who will like pay you routinely, and they will need your help, because guess what? If your copy does good, or if you become successful, then they will make more sales, and then that means that they will want to make even more sales, and they will need Facebook ads, they will need emails, they will need webinars, they will need even more sales pages, they will need video scripts, they will need checkout pages, upsell pages, thank you pages, welcome series, onboarding series, customer retention sequences, abandonment cart sequences. So all these things is the job of copywriters. And once you learn how this whole thing works, it doesn't necessarily matter whether it's a sales page or email or Facebook ad or even blog post even. If you're interested in learning more about copywriting, I highly encourage you to watch a free playlist that I actually created on my channel. It's called Copywriting Crash Course. It's totally free. It has several hours worth of content, top-notch quality content, by the way, in various copywriting topics. And if you watch that, you will have a much better idea of exactly how to start start a freelance copywriting journey yourself. And if you're ready, eventually, I have my From Zero to Copywriting Hero course as well. It's an implementation program. Currently it's closed, but you can definitely sign up for the VIP waitlist if you want. And that way you'll be the first to know whenever it opens. And hint, I'm gonna probably open it like in 2021 around January or February or something like that. Okay, so make sure to sign up for that. Just drop your name and email on the form that opens up and you'll be the first to get notified whenever that opens. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or just want to chat, because I respond to each and every one of them. So thanks again. Have a nice day. Cheers.